Test, 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 test. What's going on, folks? What's going on, folks? Welcome back to the stream. Welcome back. Patrick, my man, what's happening? You out from Germany? What? You doing over here on the over in the States, my friend? Drift, what's happening? Craig, what's going on, my man? Welcome back to the stream. It's feeling like the club, I'll tell you that much. Feels excellent. Feels good. Feels good. Fantastic morning, guys. Hell of a morning. We in the club. Awesome, man. Awesome. A lot of sights to see over in New York, my friend. Enjoy it. All right. How are we looking this morning, guys? We're looking amazing. Incredible. I'm going to go and post this on Twitter real quick. We got Wolf doing amazing things. You guys have been following along. You already saw how Wolf has played out. You guys were here yesterday and a couple days in advance. You saw Oracle. You guys see how that played out. You see Spy. We've talked about Spy. You see Spy playing out right in time for today's decision, guys. It's all coming together. Right in the middle of squeeze season, which we've been talking about pretty consistently on Twitter. It feels like last year, right around the same time. I wonder why. Yeah, we'll go ahead and post a link on Twitter, guys. Hit the like button, subscribe button if you're not already up to that. Hey, Nicole, what's happening? Welcome back to the stream. Glad to have you. As always. Oh, man, Nvidia's going to rock it. You look at Apple. Nvidia, the market's going insane, and we were able to predict this, guys. We saw this. You remember, we talked about 545.75 exactly, and look where we're at. Let me go and post this on Twitter, make sure everybody has the opportunity to join in. The more the merrier here, as I like to say. Could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me today. And I truly, truly appreciate that, folks. Symbiotic relationship. We give energy, we get energy. It's all about energy, right? Building value, making things happen. Let me go and post this on X real fast so we can go live here. Start looking at this thing overall. But the plays that we have taken have all come to life. All right, let's pull some things up real quick. What do we got? I'm going to double check something real fast here. We got Unity was playing out. We talked about Unity yesterday, guys. You picked up Unity. Unity did the breakout thing. It did the thing. Unity up 4% today. This is what we wanted to see. First target, 1650. Second target, 1916. Third, 1990. And fourth, which is what I'm eyeing, $20.31 on Unity. Let's see. I'm make sure I post this all over the place. Hold on, folks. Make sure the group knows that we are here. All right. All right, chat is up. AJ, what's happening, my friend? Samurai, what's going on? Nvidia is going crazy right now. 126 up 4% on the day. Spy looking insane. Going toward our target. 545. I have not sold my calls yet on Spy. Holding those calls that we talked about. We purchased and we're sitting in 535 calls. We picked those up roughly at the 530 mark, somewhere around there. Picked that up and just kind of holding on to them. Deep in the money right now on those calls. No worries there whatsoever. 545.75 is the target. We talked about this also being up in the SPY situation. We're looking to get up to as high as 564. 564, and in this region, as I mentioned to you before, I'm going to be taking puts most likely for October. In this region, if we goes higher, I will average down. But this is what I'm looking for, this sweet spot here for puts towards the downside. So if you guys remember, we've been talking about this for several days. We have played out this particular pattern, which is the broadening wedge. And now we're up in this upper echelon right now, looking to go and touch that 545.75 mark. So it's a beautiful day. Things looking amazing. Just really can't get mad at how things have turned out. But Wolf, let's go ahead and take a look at Wolf. Wolf did some amazing things this morning. It has been doing amazing things for the past week. It's just insane. Let's take a look and see where we are on Wolf. Wolf, I'm only in shares. I don't have any calls on it at all. Just shares, been just swinging the shares up. But it did go ahead and hit this first level, which is $4.20, which was a breakthrough of the more recent high resistance. We expected that to actually happen. It's definitely a take profit location for a lot of folks. But that is, you can see the bounce location, also the top of the wedge. Easy to see why they went ahead and took profits here. But I don't think this move is over, not by a long shot. Next target here, 515, will be coming up in the next week or two. So do look out for 515. From there, I'm looking at possibly getting up to 7 and then ultimately 10. So at $1.88, we were able to figure out that this was going to be the one that moved. And boy, is it moving. You could have got in late 270, somewhere around there, and still be up over 50%. So it's a beautiful thing to see. Love to see it. AMC GME, they're going to be sideways trading today. I don't expect the move. If you guys have followed me on Twitter, I mentioned that the move I'm expecting for AMC and GME to start taking place on the 13th and 14th. So we're most likely starting them off tomorrow. And again, they're going to move side by side. They're going to move together. So right now, today is going to be call it theta burning day. You know, it's going to kind of cool off period. They're going to try to shake a few people out their calls, have them, you know, just look at it from a perspective of money dropping off and people looking at themselves losing value, price coming down, all that good stuff. So this is part of the game. This is the psychological portion of the game, and that's just what we're going to witness for now. Until that time comes, I'm expecting GME and AMC to start looking and move together right in this range here. If you look at the shorter time frame, this is the hourly time frame on GME. Give me 1 second. I'm not feeling this. This is killing my mood right now. It's killing my energy. I need a little something, a little something more upbeat. Maybe a little more hip hop than this. Hold on a second. Bear with me, guys. Let's go old school real quick. Flojo. Yeah, we'll do that. Flojo instrumental. Yeah, we'll do that. That's where I'm at right now. All right. Let's see. All right. Cool. This is what we're looking for. Oracle coming down now. Oracle went and hit our target. GME, let's take a look at that. GME is a line we need to get above and break out of. Let's pull this up real fast, which is what I'm tracing right now. We have this uptrend. We're faked out to the downside. Just to explain where we are. Faked out to the downside in a falling wedge on low volume. Filled in the gap. Retested the gap, which was at 2306. Double bottomed. Pushed right back up. Through $30.51. $30.51 is the line now to cross to start playing into the larger bull flag that we have set up here. Right? I expect that to start happening tomorrow to go and then test $56.68 a second time. This was the line that we wanted to cross. This is target 2 from way back when, and that's the line I'm looking for to actually touch. When that touches and finds support above $56.68, I expect a breakout to start to happen, which is the number I talked about on Twitter. The first number I talked about on Twitter. I know a lot of folks hit me up yesterday on the Twitter move about the move to $214. I do have that marked here on GME. You can see it up here. $214.08 is the target that I'm looking for. However, there are a couple levels to break in order to start to get towards that. All right, a different. Oh, let me fix that. Put that back where it was. 127.37. Okay. Now, what needs to happen is once we get above and push towards this target again of 56.68, I expect us to then hold above $54 for a potential move. We can go lower, probably back to 46, even as low as 42. But from there, I expect the move to break upwards. And by the time the 21st comes up, we'll at least be at somewhere in the 80 mark, which will be a higher high than what we had last time during market hours anyways, during the first run that we picked up a few weeks ago. Once we get above there, I'm looking for it to possibly break through or retest for the next push towards all-time highs. Now, can that happen by the time we get to the 21st? Very possible. But I definitely am seeing this move starting to play itself out towards at least 127 by the end of this month. As time goes on, into the end of the summer at very best, probably starting in fall, I'm looking for a move to $214 right here, $214. That will carry AMC along with it, and it's going to be a real fun summer, guys, a real fun summer. So we keep an eye on it, guys. This is where we're at. But right now, let's get back to home base and where we actually sit currently at the current moment. $30.51 is the breakout location for us to start moving upwards within this larger bull channel, this blue line, or this blue triangle we're seeing here. Once we get above it, and once we start holding, I believe the move will start happening by tomorrow. It'll begin tomorrow. We won't be at 90 by tomorrow, but the move will begin tomorrow to start to make this larger move that I expect to see happen throughout the rest of the month. All right. AMC is just ready for it. All right, Joe. I'm going to need you to chill out for a few minutes, Joe. You're a little loud. Hold on a second. All right. Appreciate you, Joe. Let's see. AJ asked me, what's the date for the $8 calls? Well, I'm still in $8 calls as we speak, but again, I have a gamma ramp going on for myself. $5, $5.50, $6, $6.50, and then $8. It's going right to it because once we get up past that $6.50 range, things are gonna get real wild. And the reason I say that on AMC, just to touch on that real quick, bear with me, folks. Let's see here. All right. We could do that. We'll do a little Joe today. All right. So, as far as that's concerned, hey, Jason, what's happening, man? The Kitty situation, I really don't even need to look at what he's doing, to be honest with you. I mean, it's all well and good. He definitely took a lot of attention from a lot of folks for a little bit. It does not include anything that he has to do with anything. I'm just looking at it from a straight chart TA perspective on how things are playing out on the chart. If he goes exercises his calls, great, we just go even higher. Or if it's publicized that he did so, great, we go even higher. But from a technical perspective, all I got is 214 currently. Now this is current. We've Jason, you've been here for a little bit, and I have higher targets on GME. Don't forget, this is just the first target. I can see GME has the legs to run the 800. Now this wouldn't be anytime soon. However, I'm talking about from this perspective, from this point, or the near-term future over the next few months, not a year or two from now. I'm talking about the next few months. People want short-term. People have been in this thing for 3 years, whatever the case may be. They want to at least take some profit out or something. I don't know. Maybe they want to, maybe not. However, short-term, I'm looking more short-term at this point, just for the next couple months. Options, all that kind of good stuff. But GME has the legs to get to 600, 800. But my reasonable and conservative target for the next few months, or even quicker than that, is $214. This is the range. It's the top of this channel. If we do shoot straight up, that happens. Now, if you break 214 and go straight up, okay, well, we can go higher. But from a chart perspective, looking at the speed line here, 214 would be what I'm looking at. All right, so we'll see. He exercises, great. He owns the company. And then Cohen go you know, hang out together, do whatever they do. But from a chart perspective, that's all I got at this point. In the short term, 214.08. That's what I'm looking for off of this pattern. All right. So let me fix this little X and put a nicer one there. I'm gonna put another happy face. You guys know what the happy faces is about. You guys see the happy face was filled in yesterday briefly. We didn't move it. After 27.87, there he is. He's still there. He got filled right through. Same thing happened with AMC briefly. There he is. Happy face was there. We broke through it, but they busted it back down. But again, AMC is also in the same predicament. Again, still holding this uptrend after this fake out move and looking to pretty much hold the same spot until the 13th and 14th. This is the range. They're going to hold us to the last minute all the way up until the 21st. So this range is really where it's going to start to happen. This uptrend is holding. We're an ascending triangle right in this location. Let me go and get a triangle just so it's a little bit clearer to see. That's fine. Where are my triangles at? Here's a triangle. Here we go. So we got a really easy spot to see here that we are now trying to hold this location. This triangle will play out. We'll start to get that push. Now, for AMC, just real quick, because I know a lot of folks are watching AMC as well, I'm going to go to the 6-hour time frame. This is the creek line that we've been talking about at 721. Now, the longer, when a Wyckoff one-on-one situations, the longer this takes, for real, right? 214 this week would be awesome. But, you know, let's just be realistic. You know, it could happen. It can happen. You know, some crazy can go down. But if we do get this moving, this ascending triangle that's happening here in this range, the 13th to the 14th, all the way to the 21st, I expect the AMC to be again in this range. But I constantly talk about creek lines, right? And creek lines are based on moving averages. So as time goes on, the longer this takes, the further down the creek actually moves to meet where price action is. So in this case, the creek is no longer at 721. The creek is actually a lot lower. So as we move up towards 527, which is still the stationary creek line that we've been dealing with, the creek line is now sitting at 663. As we get towards that 663 level, we already know a 15% easy 15% move can ensue if we break this line of 527. Very easy. The second creek line, which is the bigger one, on the higher time frame, the bigger the time frame, the bigger the move, is only 25% away. By tomorrow, it'll be slightly lower, so about 20% away. Once we break that second creek, which is now again at 663 instead of at 721, this thing is going to go straight up another 30%. So I'm expecting a very large move to happen within this time frame right here. Right, this is the time frame I'm more concerned with. The 13th to the 21st. That's the move I'm looking for. So the calls I'm in are considering these moves happening over the next couple of days. So I wouldn't be surprised if they try to rip this thing on Friday after hours or Monday pre-market, just to kind of move it quickly and get it back down. So you got to be careful. You've seen this move happen on several occasions with AMC and GME so far. So I wouldn't be surprised if they do it again. However, this time frame, again, the 13th to the 21st, is a location. I have not moved the circle. You guys have been here with me every day, most of you. And this is what I'm watching, guys. So do pay attention to it. I'm watching this creek line again on a descending move. It started off here. You see what happened back here when we broke that creek line when it originally was at 721. We ran to 13 bucks. As it's descending on a moving average, just like it hit the other day, it was rejected off of it when we had that run up to 6 bucks. Rejected off that same area, 687 it was rejected. And as it's continuing to move down, and it's now at 663, probably by tomorrow it'll be at 660 or something like that. 15% move, break that, you're going to run even higher, another 30%. I would not be surprised AMC has a 40% day, 50% day, probably Monday, Tuesday. Just what it is. All right. Yeah, 214 calls. Yeah, 214 by next week would be beautiful. IV would just be like insane. Like, you know, IV would look like, I don't know, social security number. So, all right. Slamming some of them straight. Yeah, pretty much, man. That's what it is. So they make it difficult to break it. But once you break it, you can see how many. I mean, it's been how many times has AMC been rejected off 527? They don't want it. They don't want it. It's how many? Let's count. We might as well do it now. We're all sitting there waiting for it. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. False breakout. That's 10, 11, 12, 13 times. There's something about that line, guys. The longer this takes, the more the pressure builds. The more the pressure builds, the bigger the explosion. And that's what it is. All right, so let's keep an eye out for it. But we all prepared, I believe. I think I put as much information as I could on this thing on Twitter. I mean, everybody wants it to go straight up to 100 or 1,000, but that's not going to happen. That's not how stocks work. So let's see how things work out, man. All right. So GME is going to be it was the catalyst that changed everything. Anybody that's thinking this thing is going to $1, congratulations. You're going to play yourself once again and lose opportunity. It's not going to happen. All right. So this is the move I'm looking for on GME. In the meantime, we're making money on these plays. You saw Oracle. You saw how that went. You guys already saw. We talked about Unity. We talked about that. Unity is making its move. Easy money on Unity. We already talked about that this morning. Very easy move. 1850 break is going to bring us closer to the $20 mark. $20 calls would pay out nicely if you wait for a little pullback. Easy money. We talked about INTC. Oracle, we already looked at. Oracle, greatly in the money on those. Nice profit on that. We had a little bit of a fake out, but it did hit my my target on Unity. Excuse me, on Intel. Intel, I was only looking for 3150. Got that. Was able to go and close those out. A beautiful move up towards 3150. In and out. Now it's basically come back down to retest the breakout that it had today. They basically did the same thing. They rejected the creek line. 3154 was my target. And we're back down to retesting. So they basically wiped everybody out who thought they were going to hold for the moon. And this is what happens. They let you get wiped out if you think you're going to the moon. So you got to be careful with this stuff. You can go ahead and play a second version of this thing if it bounces off of this retest that it's having here. But this is also forming a little bit of a tweezer top. So you got to be careful here. If it falls further into the wedge, you're going to go a lot lower, somewhere down to the 30-50 range. All right. So this is something we need to pay attention on this. But yeah, we made some decent money on that. Hit just about 3150. Easy to get in, easy to get out. Money's made. Stevie Steve, what's happening, man? Welcome back to the stream, my friend. Yeah. I'm looking for, at minimum, Stevie Steve, at minimum AMC, I'm looking for $8 to $9. The target I have is $9.37, between $8.07 and $9.37. If we get the move I'm thinking we're going to get, it'll go much higher. My top target, which is what I wanted by June 21st, was $14. It's not impossible. It's actually very possible. But I want to be conservative. I'm looking at 8 to 9, but my top target in reality is still $14. I've been calling out $14 now for a month, easy, by June 21st. Can it happen? Most likely it can. Very high probability that it can. Now, I'm starting to believe the longer I look at this, they're going to rip this thing all at once and then bring it back down to retest somewhere back around the $7 mark. So you'll see somewhere it move in this range. I'm going to mark this off. Actually, the more I look at it, the more I want to make sure that it's clear that this is where we're at. Bear with me real quick. Let's put a... no happy faces yet. No happy face. It's hard to have a happy face when you got this West Coast gangster music on right now. Hold up, let's see here. Let's do a square. This is a basic square. Where they at? Where they at? Call out, comment. Where my shapes at? What's going on? Whatever. We'll do this. No sticks, no sticks. Some of that real sticky, yicky. Ooh wee. Put it in the air. Let's see. Actually, with a rocket, yeah, we got rockets, right? Where Rockets at? Not important. All right, anyways, this is the range we're looking for. All right, we're just gonna stay. I'm gonna circle it out because it's the easiest one I can find here. This time frame, the 13th to the 21st, they'll rip this thing straight up, and then we'll see about a backup support line that will take place probably back to $7 after hitting the possible $9, $10, $14 range. And that's what I'm looking for. Let's see here. All right. Let's piece it out a little bit. The GME is already getting started, folks. It might get started a little early. It is above $31.51. $30.51, which is a good setup here. It is breaking that little downtrend resistance. And we're starting to get a little volatility starting to kick in. Let's pay attention to this volume. We'll see how that works out. Astronaut icon. Yeah, we can do that. We can do the astronaut icon. Let's go back to it. We can do that. But we're in the range though, guys. We're in the range. We're right where we need to be. So I think everybody. Well, I can't give you that kind of advice. However, your decision, guys, on what you'd like to do. I'm just letting you know where I'm at. All right, and what I'm saying. I know a lot of people were saying, "Oh, you got the decimal point 214. You got the decimal in the wrong spot. Should be 2014. Hold for the moon." I'm playing the chart, guys. You know, it's all good to have that kind of hope, but if it goes there, I'm even happier. But what I'm seeing is that those marks 214, easy 214. That's not even difficult for GME, anyways. But AMC is a little bit more beaten down. Oh, here goes U. U is starting to make that move, guys. Yeah, U's going all the way back up to $20, so it's good money. Let me make sure, guys. All right, those SPY calls that we got into, we talked about the other day. Those SPY calls are up almost 200%, and just an easy swing. I'm holding for 545.75. I have a couple days left on those contracts, and really not even worried whatsoever. The INTC was a great move. That's out of here. I'm not really concerned anymore, but it's good money either way, guys. Anybody was an HPE? I think Jason hopped in the HPE call at that time a couple days back. HPEs, those are up over 100%. Those were a swing for the 21st. So those are looking beautiful. That was an easy play. Good money. No doubt, man. Listen, that's what we gotta do, bro. You gotta keep it fun a little bit. But the situation is the situation is still the same nonetheless. You know what I'm saying? For Happy Place, Blues Clues, all of that good stuff, man. Why not? Gotta have fun with this stuff, because like I mentioned before, man, this looking at these little numbers and digits and this, that, and the third, and having to make sure this stuff can drive you to drink. So you gotta play. You gotta keep things light when you can, man. But HPE was a swing, man. I know you were in on these, Jason. I believe you were. But this swing is money right now, bro. Over 100%. Oh, yeah, that's right. Those IWM calls. You held on to those, right? Yeah, the swings are where the money is at. And it's less stress, you know what I mean? I love a good zero DTE. Don't get me wrong. You know, when the time calls for it. But as time goes on, it's like, well, why? But it's fun, though. I can't front. It's like betting on a boxing match or something like that, right? You never know when that right hook's gonna come. But when it does, ooh, you're real sweet about it. Like, ooh, I like this. Ooh, 2,000%. Let's go. Oh, the IWM. Look at that, bro. Good money. We were talking about this at what? About 201. You up about $5 on this thing. Good stuff, bro. I think when we talked about 201, that double bottom played out. Yeah, good money, man. Congrats, bro. Yes, sir. All natural. Yeah. Let's see, man. And yeah, Unity's going, guys. Unity already at 1450. If it breaks 1850, you're gonna see a nice move up. You'll probably get a 10%, another 10%. You'll see it at $19 pretty quick. So 1850 is what we're looking at here on Unity. It's right at my first target. So Unity is getting there. Right out of this wedge. Watching for volume. Volume is starting to creep up. This is the 5 hour actually, so I'm going to go to a little bit closer time frame. Let's see here. This doesn't get no better, man. Little Ross. Can't go wrong with Ross. GME is getting started, folks. GME is getting started. AMC, brother, we need you to hurry up and follow suit. Unity 5.5% day. Who was on here yesterday? I don't know who it was who actually was talking about Unity, because I had this already charted at the time. I didn't jump in the play at the time, but we were talking about it in the stream, and I can't remember who it was that actually called. It might have been Wade. I don't know if Wade is in there right now, but it might have been one of you. I think it was Wade, maybe Jermaine. But anyway, Unity's a fantastic looking play, guys. It's a great swing. Well, I mean, if you missed the retest, you missed the retest, but it would be a nice move to the upside here. Can be expected. The retest of the wedge is still possible. Depends whether or not it breaks 1850. This is the first target. Let's see what else we got up here, guys. Some feet pics, bro. Hey, man, listen. Whatever you need to do to cover these contracts, man. Look, whatever has to happen, bro. Work on the Googles. Check out these Googles or whatnot. See what's out there. I'm sure there's OnlyFans out there for folks like that, making a little extra money because they need a couple of extra shares while the opportunity's hot. So, man, but Bitcoin's turning around real nice. I mean, people have been praying for the death of Bitcoin for I don't know how long, and look what we're getting. IWM is looking beautiful. Let me double check on this Wolf, man. Wolf is an excellent swing. Still in the 190s on my average, and look at us, we're back up. Back up before $4, folks. I mean, you guys have been watching this thing. We've been talking about it over the last couple days. That's what a breakout will do for you. A nice breakout like that on the higher time frame, the daily, the weekly. Forget about it. I think Craig, you were in here. We were talking about it yesterday. It might have been you, but you're looking for an opportunity to enter. I'm like, well, I don't think it's going to go much lower. And boy, did it not go much lower. I mean, you got a little bit of a slip into the twos, 280, 270, somewhere around there. But then this thing just easy rocket right back up. I mean, it's heavily shorted, so there's a lot of folks here that are going to want to get out of their positions if they don't see many more downside. So that's just going to add fuel to the fire. This thing was like, you know, a match, ready to just light up next to some gasoline. So it has a lot of room to keep going. If you continue to get above this $4 range, again, this is the resistance that you're facing at this point. That's it's this little wick down here. That's what you're really facing. There's a wick, a fall through, come back, slight retest, drop down, came back, tested it, fell through, and now you're breaking it again. If you break it, the move will continue. So this is really nice to see. Really nice to see. SPY, I'm not even concerned at all. It's just taking a little bit of a breather. I mean, this is a big move off of the news. This is also another breakout that's ensued from the news this morning. But we knew about this move to 545 well before we even arrived here. We've been talking about it. You guys have been here. We've been talking about this. 545.75 has been here for days now. Weeks even. And again, I've mentioned to you guys as well, is when we start to get up here, my top number, 564, I'm buying puts, and I will average down for puts for October. You guys are witness to this right now. Hopefully, you know, you can find reason to think about, you know, joining in on that trade. But that's my top for the market, because I think we're going to start heading all the way back towards 505. Now, why do I say that? This was several reasons, but I mean, the more important reason is this is exactly what we did last year. If you guys have been around for a while and have been watching the SPY and seeing how SPY plays out, the number is almost identical, to be honest with you. Now, is the SPY done? Is the market going to crash? No. It's just going to reset itself for another move to $800. Now, I know that sounds crazy right now, but we'll see how it works out in a little bit. You'll see what we're talking about. But this move right here, let's go and take a look at this, just for imagination's sake. All right. That's what I'm trying to see. This looks very similar to here. And this is basically what we're playing out. We're in this kind of phase here. This W, it goes upwards, hits a top, comes down, and comes back up. This is all the way from 450 downwards to about 428, comes up, gets a lower high. Let's move them a little closer. A lower high by the end of September. It's about 450, and next thing you know, we dumped all the way down to start filling those downside gaps that I have here, all the way down towards 409, 408. Last year, we played those puts. I had puts at the top, and I snowballed those puts all the way down for October. And we wound up all the way down at 409 before we had this rocket ship that took off all the way to where we are now. All right, so I expect the same thing to happen again, and I'm going to repeat that same process for the next couple of probably years. So, so you'll see. We're going to watch this for the time being, but do remember, this is what we talked about. This is what we're watching this setup to play out very similar to where we are now. A top, put section, and then looking to come back down towards about $500, maybe 505 before continuing to go up. Now, this is outside of looking for anything from the macroeconomic situation, what's going on with the wars or whatever the case is. This is specifically looking at technical analysis and looking at it from this perspective. We can also even look at just general lines, right? Just looking at lines, just pay attention to it here. Something like this can occur. I mean, that's a spring, so I probably got to move this up a little higher. Looking at something like that. But you're going to get a move down to this line somewhere around the low $500 mark before you push back up to about 620 plus. So that's what we're looking over for the next year or two. But the next several months, if we get into this range, I'm watching for the downside. And we'll come back to this video at some point. But there goes Unity. Unity has broken the creek, guys, at 1850. Next target on Unity, 1916. 1916 on Unity if it holds this area. Make sure my man Jermaine got into those calls, man. I know we were looking at it, Jermaine. I hope you got in. Yeah, Unity could probably have a. Unity's probably going to wind up with a. Probably a 20-30% day today, guys. This is getting crazy on Unity, man. All right. Okay, that's what we got. So he got in those calls. Excellent. He's up 20% on those calls, my man. Beautiful. Nice job, Jermaine. Jermaine's one of the guys in the Discord group, making sure he's just making sure that we stay accountable, make sure he's picking up the stuff that we talked about. So I'm glad that he's making some money on that. Good stuff, bro. All right, cool. Where we at? So Unity's making the move here. Wolf is taking a little chill pill. GME just still holding. AMC still fighting 527 for the 13,000th millionth times, yo. All right, what else we got? Just waiting. Ranger 8, what's happening, my friend? Oh, man. Definitely. I really appreciate that, folks. Definitely. Thank you very much, Ranger 8. My guy, we go back a long time, obviously, here. But no, definitely. If you hit the like button, subscribe, all that good stuff. Really appreciate it. Definitely gives me energy to keep going on this thing. And it's an interesting name used, Aaron Neville, man. The touch the feel of cotton. That's way back. If anybody knows what that guy's about. I was just watching a rendition of that with my daughter the other day. Well, of that version. I had to kind of school her on some old school stuff. She's small, but had to school her on that a little bit. And he did a rendition of one of Ernie. Well, is it Ernie? Yeah, Ernie. Ernie from the Sesame Street. He was on Sesame Street. Aaron Neville with Ernie, and he did a rendition of "Live on the Moon," and we were just like watching it. She was enjoying the song, so it's funny you brought that name up. Small little tidbit story, but yeah, good stuff, man. I appreciate the kind words, Ranger. Well, let's see here. All right, let's see what else we can pick up. See if we can throw out a free money play for today. Let's see. What can we make happen here on this lovely Wednesday morning? Pushed into the afternoon hours very shortly here. I like the move that ARM made. If you guys been watching ARM was another one. ARM has been making some strides. I mean, for anybody who's been watching ARM, whoo, what a dip into a rip on ARM, guys. That was beautiful. Recovery is amazing. A rocket ship straight up on ARM. I mean, it could have been easy to see, but everybody wanted that breakout here. Because I actually was playing it around this time as well. I got a nice little move on ARM as well up here. Oh, that's right. You already know how you. It's right in front of me here. I don't got my video on, but yeah, my Taurus coffee cup is right in front of me, bro. That's what keeps the energy high. I switched over to Rise Coffee, to try to keep lower the caffeine a little bit, but it wasn't really working that well. So I started adding Rise Coffee to my regular coffee. You know what I mean? From around my waist, I still got a Bustelo in the brain. I don't know if anybody knows what Bustelo's about. That's an old school old school coffee, man. From around my way where I grew up a lot. That's all I'll smell. So it's still in the back of my head. And this has been on for a while though, right? Let's switch this up. Little Mob Deep is just still playing. Yeah, let's see here. All right, it's a little more smooth right here. Another one way back. So here goes AMC, finally above 528. Let's see if it can hold this time. GME is still making the strides. Let's see it. Let's see it start happening. Let's take a look at the 5-minute chart. I'm gonna remove all of these drawings just so we can look at just the price action. $32, looking real nice. Let's throw some moving averages up here. The very best. Oh, it's about to get crazy. All right, so we got that downtrend break we were looking for. It is ensuing, waiting for a break above 32. Yeah, it's gonna happen right now, guys. So $32.20 is what we're looking to break above on GME, and we remove this on AMC as well. I'll remove the lines. We'll just look at where the creek is. It's talked about. The creek is sitting right here. This yellow line. That's the major creek we're looking to break. Right, that's a 6-hour creek. And the 4-hour creek, we're sitting right on top of it. Right, we're like right on top of it. This yellow line is where we keep getting rejected. 1, 2, 3, 150,000 times. So you see where we're playing. Now you see how a possibility of $11 is on the table. All right, so this is where we're at. They just want to hold this thing as long as they possibly humanly can. But the 4-hour is going to cross for a platinum cross in just a little bit. They fear platinum crosses because of the fact that's when full momentum takes place. Now I'm going to show you this real quick. This purple line and this gold line, when they cross, you get max momentum to the upside. You see that? This is what I call platinum crosses. Max momentum happens, you get shots up above creek lines. You get it downward, it crosses back down. Find support, stays below it, Platinum cross up, boom, another shot right back up. 688. Crosses down, drops back down. What do you think is going to happen when this platinum cross up again on the 4-hour occurs? With the creek being lower this time at 630, this thing is going to rocket. You're going to probably get a 40% move in one day. That's what it is. All right, so just be very mindful. So here goes GME. GME is now taking out the pre-market or post-market yesterday high, which is a very, very good sign. GME can start the move, guys. It'll start getting rolling in a little bit here. So hopefully the energy is hot. Hopefully you guys know what's coming. Hopefully you guys are in position. And start getting ready, because right now we are battling the 30 moving average. And that once that breaks, another boost of acceleration will occur. Watching for volume to come in on a 30-minute. 30 moving average will break upwards. And yeah, we should start getting some movement here, guys, in just a little bit. It's really not much holding GME back, folks. This is another reason that I have my number predicted as well. $33 is on the way. It's like there's no doubt in my mind that we'll see $33 today, probably. Well, probably 40. Wouldn't be surprised. Yeah, there's like nothing. There's nothing to hold GME back besides people that just want to just take profit at this point. Just nothing holding this thing. Let's see. Jeez, they're going to 36-day, 4-day, 3-day, 1 week, nothing. 2 week, 22 week, 23 week. GME's bullish, folks. I don't know how else to put it. AMC is in a different situation. Yeah, but definitely, Kevin, what's happening, my friend? Yeah, definitely AMC is primed as well. But yeah, like I said, GME is the one that's going to carry this ship, because there's nothing that's holding GME back besides people that want to take profit. There's nothing in the way. I can't even find any pertinent resistance levels besides just, imaginary downtrends, which are just, again, based on opinion. So with that being the case, this thing's gonna run. It's just, and AMC is gonna run as well. There it is. Like we talked about it a few minutes ago, Kevin. I think you just walked in. We've been sitting on this creek line, trying to break it. The 4, and the main one after that is the 6-hour. So you can see how we were rejected off it. You see what happens when we crossed it. It's a descending creek line. It continues to move downward. As that breaks, you get a push. So that's what we're looking for. But GME, let's take a look at AMC on the longer time frames, just to show you where we're at and what we're expecting to happen over the next several months. We talked about 70. I'm not looking at any lines, no charts, just resistance lines. You see 70 bucks up here on the weekly. I mentioned before on several occasions that AMC is going to target $70 by the end of this year, and I fully believe that. All right, it's hard. It's again still hard to imagine when we're sitting at $3, $4, $5. It has a little bit of work to do, but it is going to hit that area. It's in a much less bullish situation than GME is, but they're going to work in unison together. $14 will hit eventually. You break $14 on the monthly, you'll start running towards 70. So that's why 14 bucks is such a major location. I mentioned this on Twitter, that $14 is what I want to see at least touch. We're not going to break it yet. It's going to take a little time. But once we start breaking that $14 mark, it's game on. All right. So Unity coming back down a little bit. This is what I was talking about. That creek line is never that easy to break, and you generally won't break it on the first run. Right? You won't break it right away. You'll probably break it after a couple tries. As you can see with AMC, it takes quite a while to break. Right? It's not an easy thing to just break right through. So once you do, you start getting some action. And creek lines will present themselves on all different time frames. They don't just operate on just one. Right? So that's another misconception I think that happens out there. So you'll see, let's use the 5 hour. Hey Pierre, what's happening, my friend? Welcome back. 5 minute on AMC. Whoops, let me just remove that. Welcome back to the stream, my friend. Live and direct from Canada. Welcome back. Got my man in here as well, Patrick. Part of the Discord last time around. He's out in New York right now, all the way from Germany. So shout out to this man making that trip. But yeah, AMC's ready to go here. Here it goes, breaking out again from this location. You can do that. You can sell calls, on the prior to the pullbacks. It's a strategy. It's a great strategy. You just got to time it right. You with a stock as bullish as GME, you got to be careful because you can get called away. If you don't mind, if you want to get called away or whatever the case may be, that's cool. But you can get called away if GME decides to run, and I think it's gonna really truck a lot of people. You'd probably be in a better situation selling puts if you're able to do so. Selling puts would probably be the wiser situation at this point. If somebody buys puts at this stage in GME's chart, they want to lose money. So give them the opportunity to. Put it that way, my friend. All right, so Kevin, that'd be the wiser decision if you're able to, if you have the capital to do it, or in place, or whatever the case may be. You might want to consider that instead of selling a calls, or unless you're okay with potentially getting called away if the GME does what I think it's going to do and what I'm really expecting it to do over the next couple of days. All right, so something to consider. So Happy Face Man is going to move over to the other side. We have now broken the creek again. And I'm going to put his another one of his friends here. Let's do that. Let's put another one. Let's clone this one real quick, and we're going to put it at 687 up. Actually, it's 663 now. 663. So I'm going to actually move this one down just because the creek is descending. So I'm actually going to lower it to 663. And that's what I'm watching. Again, we're looking for that move to start to happen going into the 13th, between the 13th and the 21st. Hey, Braveheart, what's happening, man? Welcome back to the stream, my friend. Always a pleasure. Hey, Ben, what's happening, bro? Bro, welcome to the stream. First time I'm seeing you, but we welcome you with open arms. 150%. The move is starting to build, my friend. It's starting to build. Major resistance on AMC. Ben, I'm looking for 587. 587 is going to be the first resistance I'm looking for. From there, I'm looking to go and test the next creek, which is at 663. But the move, in my opinion, is going to be a fast one. They're going to try to rip this thing up, rip it right back down, and probably rip it one more time after that. So this is what we're waiting for. But my goal, my target is still the same, somewhere around the minimum between $8 and $9, maximum about 14. I have not changed those targets. You didn't miss much. They're just scared of 527 once again, as usual. Braveheart. So you didn't miss much. We just talked about a couple different stocks. Unity was one great play that I've gotten into. Made a nice move upwards. ARM, watched ARM. ARM has been a rocket ship ever since breaking this downtrend. It's been easy to see. We talked about SPY. I'm still holding my SPY calls up until 545.75 exactly. I don't want anything less than that. I have a couple days left on those calls as well, so no real fear on those at all. And that is pretty much it so far. GME, we're talking about GME. Looking at the idea for calls. Let's see. And selling calls versus buying, selling call versus selling puts. Yeah, definitely, Kevin. That would be the way. That'd be the way. But it's a little bit more expensive, but it's the way. How do you feel about $6 calls, expiration 6/14 on AMC? Great. Well, 6/14. Wait, did you get those this morning? If you got those this morning, I think you'll be all right. But just make sure you're careful. But I think you'll be okay. Let's see who else asked about. Go farther the money. What's next on? Okay, we got that. Definitely welcome, Ben. Nvda 621, 144. Ooh, let's take a look. 628. Let's check that out, Samurai. Let's see what we're doing on Nvda. ARM is going crazy. ARM can do some damage. ARM can do some damage. They really faked a lot of folks out down here, but ARM could do some damage. So it'll be a great. It was a great swing. Great swing. Let's take a look at Nvda, because Nvda is. I have Nvda charted to possibly hit somewhere around 180, which would have been 1800 pre-split. So I'm not really. I mean, this is going to take a while. It may not happen all in one shot, but this is Nvidia we're talking about. But Nvidia can go to 180. I mean, it'll take a while, but no real doubt in my mind that's where it's going. All right, 180 easy before it starts to retrace a little bit. But let's take a look and see. After you broke this uptrend, let's take a look and see if we can actually chart this thing. It's been a little while. My Nvidia's average is still in the 460s, thank goodness. Let's see here. I mean, after they reverse split all that nonsense, but we'll see. Nah, man, I bought before the livest kitty. Oh, you bought before Kitty went on? Ew. Yeah, well, those are still good. If you're for the 14th, you're probably down. I mean, you might be down. I don't know. I can't call. It depends on what your entry was, but you're looking for a volatility move, and I think you might be lucky to catch one this week. Now, will you make a huge bag on it right away? Probably. It'll still be money. It may not be as much as it could have been because it's the time decay probably ate you up. But it depends. I think you'll be all right because of the fact that I think they're going to rip this thing probably again starting on the 13th and 14th. You're a day early. I would wait to see how that plays out. But I think you'll be fine. Let's see here. As far as Nvidia is concerned, let me go back to that real quick. All right. Nvidia is going to do some damage, man, to a lot of people. It already has. But let's take a look at the 1 hour short term because you said you're in calls, right? So let's see how Nvidia looks call wise. Look at this. This is just buyers. The green is all buyers. They'll buy this thing as many times as they need to. There's really not much sellers showing themselves anywhere. Okay, you hit your first resistance wall at 25 bucks. And you got what calls? 144? Maybe. Let's see. I mean, you did break this all-time high here for 125. So you are in price discovery still. It's very possible. Not a lot of sellers up here. Because again, we're like, we have to play all-time high mode. We really can't. There's no real TA that's going to tell me where it's going to go. I can do extensions. But at this point, just automatically do it. Let's take a look at volume at least, maybe. Yeah, it can keep going. I mean, there's really nothing. It's really nothing to stop it at this point, especially with a strong market today. It can keep going up. Braveheart, Mom, what's happening, my friend? Welcome back to the stream. I'm still in $43 calls. I actually doubled my position on the dip, so I've not gotten rid of those. They might be a little high up. They might be a little bit high up. But that's the number for me. I mean, you may want to go a little higher, but the IV is probably going to kill you right now. It's just a simple fact that we're up another 5% after yesterday, which is nuts. Especially if you remember, we were down at 22 bucks yesterday. So it's going to be expensive. But if you can just put it together, I'd say to be closer to the money would be perfectly fine. I'd say somewhere in the $40 range. I'm in 43s. I'm looking for a move way past that, obviously. But yeah, I'm in 43s. I'm also in 85s. Those are my two calls right now on on GME at the moment. Let's see here. Yeah, Apple's still going. Like, yeah. So in terms of Nvda, Samurai, I think you'll be fine. Just you got time. You got time on Nvda. Apple is gonna keep going. SPY is gonna keep going all the way to my target. I'm not. Oh no words. 1 second. I need instrumentals. Let's see, Marathon is up. Getting these alerts that go off every now and again. Hey, what's happening, Garrett? Welcome to the stream, my friend. And Apple's still going. Let's take a look at Apple real quick, and then I'll pull up SPY, and then also Big.
Change it for me and my family.
All right, let's see here. A little J. Cole real quick. All right. I don't know, I feel a little differently about him after that whole battle situation, but it's all good. Still got some classics. Anyways, let's see about Apple real quick. Apple's at 217. We talked about it yesterday, folks. We did say Apple has legs to run to 220 after that AI situation. So, Craig, you remember that? Apple's up another 5%. Jeez, they man. I had calls that expired today, on the 14th actually, to 197 calls, 195 calls. They swept those out. I made a profit on those, but man, did they rocket this thing the other direction? Goodness gracious. Well, that's how it goes, folks. That's how it goes. 217. Wow. But definitely said it had legs to 220, and here we are. So there's no way the market stays down, for much longer. Unity is kind of chilling right now. Let's take a look at SPY. Actually, I got SPY up here. I'm waiting for SPY to touch our target, which is at 545.75, guys. That's what I'm looking for. Probably going to get it today. As far as big, let's take a look at big for you. Arm is kind of hanging out a little bit. Man, but the fake outs are wicked when they pull them off like that. The same thing they did with arm, same thing they did with snow. I need to look at snow again. Oh, big lots. Big lots is, I played big lots not long ago. Maybe a couple months back in March. I think it was March. Had a decent play, but yeah, they were dumping this thing. Let's take a look at it. At the time they were dumping it, but you can still see it's still kind of playing to the downside. But it is recovering a bit. So let's take a look. We got this downtrend here. Hey, no problem, Mohammed. You got it. Massive recent insider buys and RSIs at 20%. Yeah, they were dumping this thing for a while. So it did break below its fair value, I think. I mean, retail's been getting like a little bit of a boost. I mean, it's been a straight shot down for months. I mean, yeah, this is the weekly. It's a straight shot down. But this is a very large broadening wedge to the downside. So if something is going to happen, this is the weekly chart we're looking at, just to kind of get a broad stroke view of what I see overall. Now, it depends on whether or not you're a long-term investor or if you are just trying to trade this thing real quick. So if you're trying to, if you're a long-term investor on this thing, we got to look at it a little bit differently versus how we look at it for a day trade, or a swing trade, shorter swing trade. Let's see here. But this is a very long-term descending broadening wedge. Let's take a look and see how the volume is playing out as well. To the downside. Let's see. Volume is low, moving upwards. Upwards. Is volume starting to decrease? So volume is starting to stair step its way down, in this case, slightly, as it gets lower to this area, which means it is starting to probably reverse. You have a inverted hammer candle, which is basically taking shape right here, right? So this looks like reversal zone. And we talked about this before. We have mentioned this in the stream, that descending broadening wedge pattern, if it does not touch that bottom trend line and you see some form of movement up, you're probably going to move up pretty hard. So we're looking for this thing to probably start turning around over the next several months, next several weeks, I should say. If it does break this more recent downtrend, yeah, you might run all the way back up to about $4. Easy 50% move, but this is where people are starting to accumulate. So you're now out of distribution. You'll start probably moving back up towards here, and you're eventually looking for a breakthrough of this descending line. You start getting up to probably closer to about the $10 mark at some point in the future, which is this volume shelf. We're actually about $8. So I could see that happening in the near term future if you're going to be swing trading this thing. Swing trading, or just, when I say swing trading, I mean longer term holding, or just looking to get, make some money off the play if you're not looking to hold it for deep value reasons. But in this case, this is the move I'd be looking for. But this is a great indication that you most likely going to start turning around here. They overdid it. And this big dump that you see on the stock typically will also indicate that a reversal is coming. So you have a large sell-off, lower volume sell-off, and now you have a hammer candle. So two indications that you're going to start moving back up. In this pattern, yeah, you're looking to start turning around real soon. So good luck on this, but I think you can get back up to the $8 mark in the next couple weeks. Few weeks, not next couple, maybe a few weeks, next couple months. But yeah, it looks good. Today it's already up 10%. So there's news, obviously, somebody was trying to shake people out, take the shares, or whatever the case may be. It happens all the time. Get you out of your shares so they can buy them up cheaper. So that's just institutions' name of the game. You see what they did with AMC, obviously. Same thing they did with GameStop. So now you're looking to play the upside. You're probably shorter term. You're looking for I'd be looking to possibly get towards this level here. Looking at resistance levels of volume trading. So about 286 short term, 286 to 350 range. So you're just looking to fill in this whole gap that basically took place over the last several weeks, and kind of head your way back up towards $3. All right. So good luck on that, man. Garrett, appreciate you stopping by the stream. Hit the like button, subscribe. It's my first time seeing you, but we'd love to see you more often in the future, my friend. Tomorrow is GMA Investor Day. Is it? Jason with the news. Let's see. And is that going to play out into the chart on GME? Remember, we talked about GME. The 13th and the 14th is going to be the start. Is that part of the narrative? I mean, everything that's been said and everything that's happened is fitting the narrative what GME was already going to do, which is the craziest thing to me. And I've said this on multiple occasions, that the charts are always going to precede what the news is, and it's happening again, right? This guy decides to just randomly win someone some lawsuit, or it was wound up right into the trade that, you know, things started moving on the dilution being completed, the share offering being completed. Right, it always plays out that way, where we already know the move is coming. We've already charted the move was coming, but then the news also comes in to justify what we already saw in the charts. So we talked about the 13th and 14th being the days of, you know, making this happen, and all of a sudden we got Investor Day now, right? Just a little iffy to me, but not iffy, but a little bit sus. Right? This is how they operate. This is what the market makers do. This is how they utilize media to make their narrative work, or to show that they're not going to get their butts kicked on this damn stock. So we'll see how things work out, guys. Yeah, but he done messed up, Kenny. He done messed up good this time. I've been saying that like crazy. I'm like, oh, this guy done messed up. You overplayed your hand this time, my friend. But I think it's not overplayed. It's just the way they operate. They shake people out. They make people lose money so they can buy it back up and run the stock up in one direction. All right. I think that they will announce merger and acquisitions of BBBY. Maybe. Yeah, I know that was some talk that was going around last year. I mean, it's possible. I mean, what's the situation with Cohen and BBBY? Is there still? I don't know what the affiliation. I don't really follow BBBY, but I know there was some talk about that a little bit. Was there any affiliation still going on there with him and BBBY? Or I know they had RC Ventures that was heavily involved and invested in the company, but I don't know what the extent after that there was. You know, it was an odd situation, but I can't remember. If you can. You know, we can look into that. Let's see here. Wolf still hanging out. ACB and everything is just running. What's the big runner today? Wolf 13%. GME 7%. Doge just faked everybody the hell out and went all the way down to 12 cents. And we looked at Doge yesterday too. If those break 17 and change, guys, forget about it. Those break 17.4. We're going to new all-time highs. I didn't even get a chance to buy. I said I was going to buy it at around 12 cents too yesterday. We didn't even get there. Yeah, we didn't even get to 12 cents. 13.4 yesterday. Sucks. All right, well, all good. Still holding. Cole and Carl Icahn, etc. There was some of my BBY shares. They are in the trust. Okay, got you. Okay, good money. Good money. Like the asset protection situation you got set up there. Beautiful. Let's see here. But yeah, I mean, if that's the situation, that'll be dope. That could turn some things around. I don't know what's the business setup with BBBY at this point. I mean, are they completely defunct? I mean, I haven't seen one in a while. I don't know. What are they doing? But if he's gonna revive them, I mean, if or bring them online or something, I don't know. Sometimes you gotta take that route. Just cover up the brick and mortar and go that route. But obviously, GME that's not their cup of tea. They still got brick and mortars all over the place. So I don't know. I really still am really baffled by a lot of the things that's happened GME business wise. You know, the chart is the chart, but you know, business wise, it's a whole nother story. I'm like, still beyond me what they do to make money, but here we are. We're about to squeeze to about $200. I'm here for it. let's freaking go, man. Let's do it. Whatever they do, the chart says this thing is going to $214.08. I'm standing by that. Let's see here.
Tone, why should people join us on June?
Jersey is
Never sold the BBY shares. Yeah. AMC, what are you doing? Hanging out? At least it's above 527. At least it's above 527. I'm happy about that, which is good. Which is good. Can't get mad at that part. Let's see what kind of plays can we throw out real quick. All right, let's see. How's PLTR looking? PLTR. Let me get PLTR up here. PLTR, $24. Still looking for a target of $26 on PLTR very soon. Hasn't changed. Bye Bye Baby's a multi-billion-dollar company. They would be great. Ah, that makes sense. That makes sense. I like that. I actually like that a lot. That'd be cool. I mean, if you think about it, if that's actually a bigger move, you know, I mean, is he still affiliated with Chewy? Haven't looked at Chewy's chart in forever. Let me just take a look at it. That'd be interesting. You basically have generations. Is that what they're going after? Just generations in general, right? I'm talking about children or young kids, even obviously pets. If pets work out into the whole situation, right? I guess teen to the teenage to young adulthood, right? I mean, is there a generational thing they're trying to formulate here? And that'd be interesting. Let me look at Chewy real quick. I haven't looked at Chewy in a long time. CH, I'll get that out of here. Chewy at $22. Chewy with that platinum cross up right here, back here, whatever it took place on May 29th. Purple cross to gold, you got that explosion. This is what I like to see, right? And from here, it's been up from $17 and running. This thing is gonna run for a while. Chewy is not done. One-stop shop for video games, household items. Yeah, it'll be dope. It'll be dope if that's what they're going after, to control the generational, you know, stair-stepping generational, basically building brand loyalty over generations. I mean, that'll be dope. That'll be dope. If that's what they're going after, there could be a bigger play. I mean, we've been trying to learn this thing in the Discord, trying to figure out what they're talking about, what they're planning to do with $5 billion in capital is. Like, what are you going to do? I mean, I think somebody here was like, it could buy AMC. Yeah, they probably could and still have a few billion left over. But what's AMC's market cap right now? What, 1.8, something like that? Yeah, and still have 4 billion or whatever, 3-4 billion left to do whatever the hell they want. I mean, they could lend, they can be a capital lender of some sort. Mergers and acquisitions, another one, like you mentioned. Like, what is the plan with that much capital, right? And if they're going after a bigger setup, an alliance of some sort, or just just trying to own a piece of a demographic or multiple demographics. That's another game, whole nother game right there. So yeah, that'd be dope. I mean, we can only imagine, but the chart says something's about to go down. Like something's about to happen. And if it's gonna be something like that, or some kind of big announcement, it'll be interesting to see it. I'm here for it. Oracle. Yeah, that was short area. I could have shorted or what puts on it or whatever at that point, but yeah, Oracle played out that way. PLTR. I'm looking for PLTR to hit 26 very soon. But I don't know if he's in here. Let's see here. Trademark for Teddy. DK Butterfly. Well, there you go. It lines up. It lines up. So yeah, I mean, if he's if he's that invested, yeah, there's a lot of avenues this thing could take. A lot of avenues this thing could take. It could be dope. But we just need to see something picked or hear something about something anytime soon or sometime soon. They should make GameStop Cafe and neighboring real estate empty anyways, high-speed internet, and have it be GameStop Gaming Cafe. This is another thought that popped up as well. Especially for the simple fact, AMC. When I talk about AMC has so much like space. Like when I was just there the other day, they have some really big just real estate in general. Now I know they operate on lease; they don't own the buildings a lot of the times, but their area, just the general space. But I guess again, they have to figure something out, because you start playing video games, you start taking away from the core business. So I don't know. Just a lot of space in general sometimes can be can be a thing. But interactive locations, places that you can like interactive gaming, or there's laser tag that's out now. It's becoming big around my area, and I mean it's always been a thing, but it's a lot more involved now. They got AI mixed into it. I mean, there's a lot of things they can do, but they're gonna have a lot of cash to figure something out. But let's go, brother. We need to see that 218, 215. Bro, it's going, man. It's going, bro. I think everybody should be real excited. I know it's hard for a lot of people to see it; they can't believe it. But bro, it's gonna happen. It's gonna happen. Congratulations to everybody that's been able to watch, fight through this whole thing, bro. That's all I want to say. Yeah, it's gonna happen. But these boys, I just hope everybody doesn't turn to a deer in headlights, man. We've seen that happen before. And I love how this played out. It did exactly what we wanted to do. A skee ball, yeah, something like that. Some arcade. They have arcade games in some of these AMCs, but they're just like they're like the old school stuff that I used to play back in the 80s and stuff like that. The 90s. I was a little young in the 80s, but the 90s. All right, but it was it's I mean they need the interactive side. All right, if you can get into the interactive space, I think they can do a little better. Do a little bit better with that. You can involve a lot of different things. You can align yourself with Nvda or something like that. That I don't know, something of that nature. Microsoft, like you start going into those realms, they can align themselves with tech, right? In a way, I don't know. Options are on the table, but they just need to start deciding what they want to do. It's Oracle, Chewy, GME. Let me take a look and see what else I can pull up here. PLTR, we talked about 440 on, let's see, Microsoft. I mean, I should have looked at Microsoft by this point. Oh yeah, here we go, 440 on Microsoft already. Woo! Microsoft. I mean, there's no way SPY stays down, man. SPY's. What did we hit on SPY today? Almost 444. I'm still gonna hold my calls. Not really in a rush to get rid of those. They dumped the XY as we expected. How's Tesla doing? Tesla's just having a hard time catching a break, but let's take a look. Tesla's got gaps all over the place on a daily. Let's take a look at the 23-hour. Get rid of some of those gaps. All right, let's see what we got here. My kids, if you have options, you don't have problems. And RC has a lot of options. Oh yeah, 150%, man. He who wins is the one who's most adaptable, right? The one that basically means the same thing. If you have options, choices, that means you have power, all right? That's when you don't have a choice. That's when things stack up against you. But absolutely right, man. I like that. Yeah, but Tesla's in a weird predicament. I like this bounce back up here. I think why isn't Tesla not charted? Did TradingView get rid of my damn my lines? It's kept some other ones, but most of my lines are missing. Huh, interesting. But yeah, absolutely. Wade, what's happening, my friend? Welcome back to the stream. We're just waiting for this thing to happen, man. We're waiting for this thing to happen. They are delaying the inevitable. But it's all coming down to 13th, 14th I talked about. 13th, 14th as the time frame for things to really start to pick up. Get rid of Tesla. Well, I'll leave Tesla for a minute. I'll get rid of Chewy. GME is now fighting against that moving average, the 30 moving average on the 4-hour and 5 hours. It's kind of hanging out around here. They're just really just delaying the inevitable at this point. Everything all the sell-off areas, all imaginable, but we are in this. I know I got a lot of lines up here, but I'll get rid of this. But this is the pattern we're looking for. All the way up to 85 is the short-term goal. I have $86 calls, I believe, and $43 calls on AMs on GME. Picked those up the other day, doubled up on my position down there, and looking for that move up at least to $56, but that should play out where we break through this downtrend to break and touch 85 by the 21st, in my opinion. If we get higher than that, I mean, hey, that'll be cool. But that's the first target I'm looking at. Target 1, 56, 85, retest 127, and then we start pushing towards 214, which is my mark by end of the summer. So you didn't miss anything. You didn't miss too much weight. Just hanging out, chilling, talking, seeing what's happening. Tesla's starting to make its move back up. I'd love to see it above 180.84, and I think it starts making its move towards 251. It might take a little while, because again, SPY is still bullish to me all the way up until 564. So, but again, I'm going to be buying puts in that area. So do remember that. I'm letting you guys know now. I've been saying this for several days now. But once we get up there, I'm buying puts on SPY. All the way back down towards $500. And then get ready for the rocket ship to 620. Just like that. Well, OT Genesis, old school stuff, man. But if you're in here, I appreciate you guys once again. As you know, I like to say, you could be anywhere else in the world, but you're here with me. I truly appreciate that. All right, hit the like button, subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. 150%. We're looking at all of these charts. You already know we've made some money on right in here. You know, off of several positions, several call plays, some put plays. I mean, we've been bullish for quite a while now, but I'm still waiting for SPY to go and hit 545.75 specifically is the target. Waiting for GME to do its damn thing towards that mark, 214.08. All right, it's gonna take a while, but this is the setup. 565, excuse me, $56.68 is the target I'm looking for. A slight pullback to about 43, which is that key location, and breakthrough most likely by the end of next week. So next week is going to be a crazy one. BB, I haven't looked at BB in a minute because BB just be taking so long. But let's see. Let's take a look at BB. Oh my gosh, BB. 272. BB is like the slowest stock in history, man. But it's a good long-term hold. It just takes forever. I mean, it's like a 20-year accumulation or something like this. This has been going on for the longest, man. Like it's gonna happen. You're gonna get this move back up. It's gonna revert. You're gonna get the complete opposite of this move. It'll flip the other direction. You'll start going back up here at some point. There's a reason that sellers are waiting up here at 70 bucks. It just takes a long time. You're probably gonna be waiting. Good location to accumulate. Long term. Trust account. Put in there for some kids, stuff like that. But it's gonna take a while. I wouldn't play options on this. You could, but just don't expect huge moves. Let's take a look and see what it's doing short term. It's up 267. It looks like you got some platinum crosses happening here. And you're above. Yeah, you can probably hit $3. I can see $3 happening on the 15-minute chart. Platinum cross on the 20-minute, I think. 20-minute just occurred. So you're gonna get a move in a little bit. So I definitely can see that happening. Right now you're fighting against the 800. 800 sitting at about 284. You break 284, you get a move to about $30, about $3. So it's possible. You're in a very good spot to do it. Watch volume here. Let's see. A good spot to watch volume. Watch volume for increase in volume at this particular point. Once you break 283, volume is stair-stepping up in a harmonic pattern, moving up slightly. So yeah, just momentum-wise, you'll get this break above 284 and it holds $3. You can easily hit $3, make some money on some calls. But right now, you're in a very particular spot. Looking at TTM squeeze, pushed up on the 20-minute nicely. 30-minute, you wait for that cross up to happen there. Let's see, 287. You have the KDJ already crossed up, so things are looking good. It does move with the memes. You're right. You're absolutely right. That's something. So I mean, if in this case, looking at it from that perspective, I can see that happening, man. $3 can happen pretty easy if it does decide to go along with GME's move and really start to pick up some steam. Let's take a look longer term. I mean, it's heavy sell orders here waiting to block this thing down if it does decide to go. I mean, it'll be nice above 330. There's a nice gap here on sellers, just from a momentum perspective. But $3 is going to be heavy resistance. But if you get through there, it'll be all right. But the money is going to be made right now within this gap between $2.50 to $3. There's a lot of people that want to hold this thing down. A lot of institutions want to hold this thing down. So up to about $3 would be the major. Now you break $3, now you're starting to get into a nice game. There's a lot of open air here. Well, it depends. Really more it's a cumulative. I mean, this has shown itself as a base for quite a while, this area. So there's a lot of obviously liquidity here. You can see the buyers all green in this area. But this $2 range has been holding, getting higher lows also. So this is telling you it wants to go up. It's just gonna take a while, but it does want to go up now. It's tired of going down. It's been going down for a little while, ever since it had that move up to about $5, which I played it around that time when it hit that $5 level. But I haven't played it since it dropped down out of this uptrend here. So I was in it back here, back last year, 2023. But ever since it came down, I haven't really touched it. So it's possible to come back up to revisit those levels. It's gonna take a minute. But short term, $33 could happen on GME on BB really soon. All right. It's lunchtime over on Wall Street right now. So I am going to go ahead and cut it in a minute here, guys. Do appreciate you guys. Hit the like button, subscribe button, all that good stuff. Do appreciate you guys being here with me, man. It makes all the difference. All right, but yeah, I'm gonna go and keep an eye on this thing. I'll be on Twitter. Follow me on Twitter if you don't already follow me there. Keep in contact. You already know I'm pretty active up there. We talk, we vibe, we make jokes, we laugh, and all that good stuff. And we're gonna keep the conversation going about the all the stocks and stuff like that. Opportunities that I may see, I might throw up there as well. If you're not already part of part of the Twitter page, hit that up. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button or the follow button on that. All right. Also, if you're interested, got the Discord link up here. Would love for you guys to get involved with the good people that we have over in that Discord. Making some strides there on some money plays and so on. I do jump on with them before getting on the live stream, the general live stream with you folks here, and we go and touch base on a couple plays and make sure that everything's on the up and up. But so far, beautiful day, beautiful afternoon. Again, primed and ready to go. Can't wait for this move to actually start happening, guys. But if you like it, the link on the Discord, check it out. All right, and I will see you guys on next stream. Take it easy, guys, while we go from 0 to 100 real quick on GME tomorrow. And our calls are up about 10,000%. Yeah. I appreciate you guys. Nicole, I appreciate you 100%. Finger trap. Oh, boy. Jason. Jason, you already know. Appreciate you, my friend. Craig. My man, Wade. Samurai. Got you in here. Appreciate you, folks. Muhammad, you already know. The Discord group members. Braveheart. Pierre. A lot of conversations offline. Appreciate you, man. Ben. Kevin. Appreciate you for stopping by, spending time. Ranger Ape, you already know, my friend. Stevie Steve. All day. AJ. What's happening? I appreciate you stopping by, my man. Drift. Patrick, my man Patrick, all the way out from over in the States here, all the way out from Germany, made a visit. It goes way back with the Discord group. Man, I appreciate everybody being here, hanging out. We're gonna catch you on the next stream, guys, tomorrow. Make sure you hit the like and subscribe button. Keep this thing going. Keep this thing rolling. Catch you guys later. Peace, guys. Discord link is pinned to the top of this chat, guys. Appreciate you, Samurai. Peace.